TruScreen Group is a New Zealand-based medical device company that has developed an AI-enabled device that can detect precancerous and cancerous cervical changes in real time through optical and electrical measurements of cervical tissue. Unlike many cervical screening technologies that have only triage adjunct facility, the TruScreen device is registered as a primary screening tool. TruScreen's cervical screening technology is going to be discussed today by Interim CEO Juliet Hull. Now, TruScreen is a healthcare technology used to detect precancerous change by optical and electrical measurements of cervical tissue. In layman's terms, how does the TruScreen technology do this?
Sure. So it's a handheld device, and attached to the end of the device is what we call a single-use sensor, and that gets used every time for each case. So that sensor is inserted, and then what it does is it lightly touches the cervix in multiple different spots, and each time it touches the cervix, the optical electrical end is taking a reading of that tissue, sends it off to the algorithm which reads it. So once we've done about 15 or 20 spots, it'll then have analyzed enough tissue, and it will come up on the handheld device as whether it's abnormal or normal, and then that's your screening done.
Some screening techniques like pap tests have been around for some time, while others have more recently surfaced. What advantages does the TruScreen technology have over these alternate cervical screening methods?
Yeah, well, the main advantage of TruScreen is it's real time, and it doesn't need to be performed by a clinician. So anybody is trained who can do it. So you can do it in a clinic, you can do it in a rural setting, and then, like I said, it's real time. So you get that abnormal or normal there and then. It removes all the need for a laboratory infrastructure. So that's removing cost out of the system to begin with. But also, most importantly, is it removes the risk of not following up a patient. So obviously, if it's going off to a lab, you've then got to recontact that patient if it is abnormal and then put a treatment plan in place. Whereas with TruScreen, you can do that there and then on the spot.
October this year, TruScreen announced further enhancements to its device's firmware. What else did these enhancements entail?
Sure. So the majority of the enhancements were around cybersecurity and securing the data and the Wi-Fi connection, to preventing any unauthorized access. We also did some optical electrical fine tuning. So that just ensures that the device is maintaining the optical electrical operating point during in-field use. There was also some other minor changes, which was more around battery. And so it actually gives us a warning now and actually stops a procedure or a recording being done when the battery was at a low rate.
Now, late last year, the World Health Organization unveiled a target to eliminate cervical cancer by 2050. How is TruScreen leveraging off this aspirational target by who?
Well, we were really excited about the WHO announcement because it completely falls in line with our TruScreen strategy. So first of all, they talked about targeting lower to middle income countries. And the reason being is approximately 85% of the world's cervical cancer cases sit in lower middle income countries who really have a poor screening program. That's always been TruScreen's focus, and that will continue to be our focus. But what we were really excited about as well is they made a point of noting that traditional screening methods weren't being effective, and that they really needed to look at modern technology to achieve their target, completely where TruScreen plays. It was just music to our ears that we could actually be aligned with what the World Health Organization is doing. And so we're using that to access, obviously, government and key opinion leaders.
China is TruScreen's major market. How has the company managed to gain a foothold in China, and what plans are being actioned to keep this growth momentum going?
Yeah, well, to gain a foothold in China, it's kind of like any other country, really. You need to know your market and know your market well. And the best way for us to do that in China is we have a really strong partnership with our distributor. And our distributor is just as passionate as we are around TruScreen and the product. They've got really, really strong relationships at key opinion leader level, government level, hospital level. And so we're partnering really well with them. The other key area for us in regards to China is we now have local assembly of the product in China. And what does that do? It enables us to label it made in China. And that's critical for us moving forward, because to have a domestic product in China gives us greater access and also is an easier process through the regulatory side of things. So that's where we're going to focus, and it's going to hopefully help us rapidly expand over the next couple of years.
The TruScreen device is also sold into a host of other overseas countries as well. How many countries now purchase the TruScreen technology, and what are the growth prospects for offshore derived sales over the year ahead?
So we currently have TruScreen in 10 countries at present, and they're in different stages of rollout. And as you would have seen from our recently released half-yearly results, our revenue growth is 25% over a prior year. Now, we're expecting that to continue at full year, and then we will leverage off our markets to improve our growth post-financial year 2022. We're really excited about projects in Eastern Europe. There are 8 countries that have got potential. We've got 2 really strong distributors, and we're also looking to leverage our success in Zimbabwe to enter into other African markets as well.
Now, like most companies, the pandemic adversely impacted TruScreen's business operations in the 2021 financial year. What is your outlook for the year ahead?
Yeah, well, you know, it did impact our business, and we were just really thankful that our key market, China, managed to continue to grow throughout the COVID period. But once COVID settles, you know, we expect that we will see growth in all of our markets that we have entered, plus obviously like Russia and Vietnam and other markets that we're commencing. But what it also enabled us to do over that period was, like we said before, it enabled us to update our firmware and release that as well. So we're looking forward to the next couple of years, and just hopefully we can just get access to more countries.
Juliet, thank you for your time today and giving us an update on TruScreen.